All right, welcome back. So we've got our pie bake-off, and I laughed a little bit because this year we're doing an even super secret. Joe, first, thanks for coming and being our judge again. Oh, this is great. I know last year. Now, what do you think just from looking at them right now?
I'm saying aesthetically, we're a step above last year already.
Good.
So I will
high fives all
not need no extra coffee will be needed after pie tasting to this year.
All right, excellent. So I'm going to explain the two on this side. So the first one here that we have, and so we're not letting anybody know who made what. This is it's a key lime pie.
Sam, why are you?
I've never quite
just
seen
very
one like this,
interesting looking.
but it's an interesting looking key lime. And you know, I've learned that when it comes to pies, you can't always go by what it looks like. You've got to taste it. So it'll be interesting to see what that one tastes like. We'll hold out on it.
The big secret, Vicki, is whipped cream.
Whipped cream, that is true.
It hides everything.
I
Yeah,
know,
just
and
to
see-
whoever made that one, a little bit of whipped cream will hide all the ugliness.
I have a hard time though, because I'm a non-whipped cream pie eater. But this next one, I don't think we're going to need it because this is the traditional. That is a pecan pie.
That
That's
looks
a
pretty.
good
Yeah, pretty
looking
Very
pecan
nice.
pie. That's a sweet one there. So nice. Who do we have in this one?
Oh, this I believe is a nice little apple pie.
Ooh, it's
the
got
classic,
smiley
and
face on
it's smiling. So if it doesn't taste
smiling
good,
at
it'll at
me.
least make you happy just looking at it there.
Nice. All right, and then the one you were eyeing up there, Ashley?
What's the name of it again? It's a
It looks
chocolate,
like a
cream
chocolate.
pie.
It
Chocolate
looks
cream
like a
pie,
chocolate
and
cream pie.
it's a winner already because it has Oreos in it, and it's an Oreo crust. So that's a winner in my book.
Ooh,
Right?
nice.
And I
Oreo.
didn't make that pie, by the way. This is not my pie, but you can't lose
She
with
wants
Oreos.
it to be her pie. It will be all of our pies, shortly.
Yes, all of these.
Yeah, and Dan, what's it on the other end?
I believe we got a cherry pie over there on the end.
Ooh, good looking cherry pie. See, I
my
don't know.
favorite
Did anybody bring whipped cream? Did anybody bring whipped cream with them?
No, it's unfair for judging.
Okay, that is.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
that
what I
is
knew. I didn't want to
just-
cheat the
Exactly.
system.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is you know, in the next couple of minutes, we're gonna let Joe taste the pies. We're not gonna put you on the spot right away.
Good.
Before we find out, you know, we've got a little bit more to do. We're gonna also find out from you a little bit more about baking for the holidays.
Sure.
You know, things that people need to know to get ready for the holidays and
Absolutely.
baking. And then we're gonna find out what you think the best pie is. That's gonna happen about 6:45 that you're gonna do
Dun,
your
dun,
judging.
dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
get my
Every
wallet
after I get my
ready.
bulletproof vest safely on.
We're going to ask for a drum roll at home. People need to do a drum
Yeah,
roll.
so they all do look really, really good.
Yeah, they look
so,
great this year, you guys. Nice job.
Yeah, so, and I'm excited because it's the best day of the year short of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because we get
It's
pie
pie
for
day,
breakfast. All right, now, if you're heading out the door, a lot of folks looking ahead to Thanksgiving, and I know, Dan, you say that we should be a little bit careful about where we're heading to because the weather's going to change.
Especially, and don't keep those pies outside because they will freeze. We're talking about some very chilly temperatures and a little bit of snow as well. We'll talk about that coming up.
Welcome back. Well, it's 40 past the hour. Joe joins us this morning. Thanks for coming in
No
today.
problem. Thanks for having me.
I know you're our judge for the pies every year.
The one day a year I get to eat desserts I didn't make, so I
See?
look forward to it.
It's
Yeah.
a nice feeling. Now, I think some people feel a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to pies. They look beautiful, and
Right.
it's really not too hard. You know, crust is probably the hardest thing. What's the rule of thumb on crust for people?
Okay. If you're going to make a pie crust, the main thing is temperature when you're mixing the crust, not
Okay.
necessarily when you're even baking it. You want to start with a cold butter, or it's the one thing in the bakery that we actually use lard for.
Okay.
You cannot do better than using lard in a real scratch crust.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest hair-pulling part of making a pie, let's be honest, is to get a good
Yes,
crust.
yeah.
So I'm telling you straight from my heart, if you're baking at home and you just want to attempt to make a good dessert and make the house smell good, cheat. Buy a pre-made crust. If the crust is giving you a hassle, don't wait till the day of. Try it out. Bake a sample pie. The good thing is you get to eat it.
Yeah, hey?
And if the crust is giving you an issue, buy a pre-rolled or even a crust in a pan.
Okay.
It's okay to cheat a little bit.
Now, speaking of the crust, though, something I find frustrating when I bake a pie is that it burns so easy. I mean, it's still all goopy on the bottom. You can tell it's not ready to come out, and it seems like it's burning.
I think the biggest thing you need to do is decide if you're doing a double-topped crust. When we do pies at the bakery, we tent them first. And
Okay.
By tenting, you take a piece of foil and you want to cover the pie so that it isn't touching your crust.
All right.
but it's above it, and that'll protect the direct heat that goes to it. If you're doing a crust like the pecan one here, where it's just the edge, run a little foil around the edge. Take it off for the last maybe 15, 20 minutes of baking, and that'll stop that top from burning, and it'll allow the bottom to cook.
Okay. Another question about pies, because I know like some things like cookies, they'll keep cooking after you pull them out. Do pies do the same thing?
If you're going to do a custard pie like the key lime, the rule of thumb for us when we're doing a custard pie is take it out when if it jiggles like Jell-O, it will get solid. And pies take a lot of time and love. So you bake them. Never put a pie in the refrigerator if it needs to be refrigerated, like a cream pie. Most pies actually, except for the two cream pies, these should not be refrigerated.
Really?
And never put a pie in the refrigerator until it's completely cooled. The old grandma pie on the windowsill where the
It's a real thing.
They used to take that away.
And
There's a
people would
reason
steal
for
it?
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because pies are so dense that they will continue baking themselves.
Gotcha. And one more question about the cream pies.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times you use just a pudding, but yet everybody who has pudding knows it can get real filmy on top.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do to stop that from happening?
Absolutely. Again, that's exposure, Vicki, to the air, the elements itself. So let's say this was the pie that you were talking about. Get a piece of parchment paper or wax paper, cut it to the same size as the pie, and lay that on top first. If you don't have that, wrap the pie in cellophane and push that cellophane down onto the pudding. Above it is still going to allow that air exposure.
No air.
Right, and then right before you're going to serve it, you can pull that off and decorate where the little pull marks are. But you want to keep something completely on top, and that's going to replace that natural skin that'll form on a custard or a pudding.
All right, some great pie tips coming up. We're going to put you on the spot,
I
Joe,
know.
and you're going to let us know which one is the best pie that we made this year. So we'll be doing the big reveal on the pie win coming up next. And it's time. You know, this is the third year that we've done the Pie Bake Off, and every year everybody's done something a little bit different. Now, Joe, I know that you've had a chance to taste them, take a look at them, and now the big reveal, which one is the top pie for the morning team today?
Okay, they were all really good. Best year, and there was no pumpkin. Thank you for that, you guys. I appreciate that. I'm a little pumpkined out.
We like to live on the wild side.
I have one that aesthetically I love, that the flavor was really good, and it aesthetically beats out one where the flavor was great. So I'm going with taste.
Okay.
And I might be a little partial, but I like the cherry crumble.
Nice. Ashley Kirkland!
Congratulations!
Yay!
I do have to say,
Yep.
the pecan came really close second, and that's a hard pie to make. The pecans, so whoever did that, kudos to them as well.
John, our producer, did the pecan
Nice
pie
job,
this year,
John.
so
Nice,
nicely
nice.
done. So I'll lay claim. I did the Oreo cookie one this year. so
Very good.
Thank you. And I cooked the pudding on the stovetop. So
Nice! Actual cooking involved.
I actually
good,
cooked
good.
it. Yes.
I know we don't have speeches, but I have,
Kirkland
I have
does.
something to say.
About your
All
pie,
right,
your
so you
prize-winning
know how
pie.
we were talking about you can do stuff, you know, with the crust.
Yep.
Well, this is Marie Callender's out of the box.
See?
So I forfeit to the next person.
You can totally
I
cheat.
got overwhelmed.
But it
I didn't know what to
No.
do. I
completely looks like
But
the real thing.
I put
so,
love in, you know, I put it in
John's
the oven.
like,
You baked it.
I put it
but
in the
John,
oven,
then
I put a little butter
if
on
you're
the
gonna lie
crust.
about yours too, I'm out.
My recipe is more or less. I'm not going to forfeit, but I mean, mine is more or less the one you can get right off the corn syrup bottle.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Those
yeah.
recipes are.
I just
Yep.
have to clear my
And
throat.
they've
They're
been
good.
around for hundreds of years. That's why some of those things are great to go by. You, on the other hand, it's going to be a long ride back to the hotel,
okay,
Missy.
Dan, you made the apple pie, and you said there's
I
a little
did.
story behind that.
That's family recipe. I made the crust. I cored and peeled all the apples and stuff. I put the effort into that
Wow.
pie.
Wow.
So it's the first time. It's the first time I ever made a pie.
Opposite of
But I'm going to
Ashley.
tell you what. While it did not turn out as well as I would have liked, I am very proud of the effort
And
that
you
I put
should be.
into it.
Dan, we're proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
now,
nice.
now, Sam, this was also your first pie. So first off, I want to congratulate you for even trying. Key lime can be tricky, and
Yeah.
Joe, you were saying it's not about the color.
It's not about the color. Key lime pie is yellow.
Okay,
It's
see?
not a green pie. If you get a
Okay.
green key lime pie, it's because somebody put food coloring in it.
Okay.
And honestly,
Really?
Really good job. It's all I would do is like we were talking about with Vicky. Take it out of the oven before you think it's done. That's the biggest secret, and that you only learn by when you get to on your 15th or 16th pie. You're going to be really good at it.
Right. Like,
Yeah,
well,
but the taste was great.
really,
See?
because what I was
Yeah,
saying is that
see?
at least like it doesn't have to look
Yeah.
or taste like key lime pie, and I think mine might have been all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it tasted like key lime pie. It looks like key lime pie. Whipped cream is the secret. Cover that sucker up, and yeah.
All right, so congratulations, Ashley and the runner-up, John, on their 2 great
I'm
pies.
pulling back. I'm giving it to John. Ashley is no longer a friend of mine.
Ashley gets
okay.
a
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Thanks, Marie, for helping me out.
All right, well, thank you, Joe, for coming
Thanks,
in and
you guys.
judging.
It's always
and
a pleasure.
You bet. All right, so I'll tell you what, coming up, we're going to take a look at more of the top news and find out what's coming up on the Today Show in just a minute. Happy Thanksgiving,
You
Joe.
too, you guys. Happy
Thanks.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll be right back.